How would you explain the ability of hydrogen to get into cells?
You know, hydrogen has this very natural property where it can dissolve into and move across cell membranes. And of course, cell membranes separate every cell in our body. And even the central nervous system, which is separated by the blood-brain barrier, hydrogen can penetrate that. So essentially, hydrogen can get into any compartment within our body.
And I know this is one of your areas of expertise that you've spent decades.
Well, it's true. I mean, the cell membranes, for example, that's one of my important topics that we developed in the early 70s. But I must say that hydrogen is a very, very interesting molecule in terms of its ability to penetrate not only into cells, but into the organelles inside cells and passing through various membranes. And therefore, it can virtually go everywhere in your body. And I think that's important for its health benefits.
So we talk about the hydrogen getting through the cell membrane, et cetera, and we talk about hydrogen being an antioxidant. I know there's a lot of antioxidants out there. Is hydrogen different?
Well, it is, and it can penetrate very easily into every compartment of a cell, and that's not true for most other antioxidants. But there's another property of hydrogen which makes it unique, and that's that it's not an overly strong antioxidant. Some antioxidants are so strong that they suppress all oxidants within a cell, and I'm telling you that that is not good, because some minor oxidants are very important in terms of cell signaling and gene regulation, and so we don't want to affect those processes in our cells. And so hydrogen doesn't affect those processes. It really goes after the most bad or strongest oxidants in the cell and inhibits those. Now, how does hydrogen get inside cells? Well, hydrogen has this very unique property that other antioxidants don't have. It can penetrate the cell membrane of a cell. Here's a cell, and this green barrier around here is the membrane around the cell, and hydrogen penetrates that fairly easily, and it gets into all the compartments of the cells. It gets into mitochondria, it gets into the nucleus, it gets into all these compartments of the cell, and it does that very easily. And that's a very important feature of hydrogen. So we don't have to invent fancy molecules to help get it in. It just gets in very naturally because of its structure. It will go in places where other antioxidants can't. And a good example of that is the central nervous system, which has a barrier around it called the blood-brain barrier, which prevents a lot of molecules from freely flowing in to our brains. Well, hydrogen can flow in through the blood-brain barrier very easily. So it's a very unique molecule in that respect, because there are not too many things that can